Hi, this is Carrie with from Scrapyard Chicks with our layout for the week. It's a fun two-page Christmas layout. We're using some fun pattern papers. I actually used 4. You could use 3 if you wanted to. The tree paper, the stripe, and this red are actually the same paper, just 2 different sides. And then for this green, you could actually use a piece of cardstock if you wanted. I also used their fun stickers collection with this. And then one of the tricks that we're going to use is we're going to use some of these magnetic discs. If you didn't have these, you could definitely use a piece of magnet strip. But what this is this is a magnetic flap. The other piece of the magnet's concealed back here. And when you open it up, it's a pull-out. So you can do 9 more pictures on this little accordion piece, which is great for Christmas pictures. Plus, you can do one inside the little cover here and one on the front. So there's lots of space for photos with this. Popped up our stickers down here with some, using some baby powder on the back and using some foam tape. And then it's just a really beautiful layout for Christmas. So I hope you enjoyed this week. And then next week we're going to be doing kind of a year in review page. And I'm probably going to post it early because we're going to my parents for the holiday. So I don't want to risk not being able to get it online. So anyway, have a great week. If you have any questions, please send me an email. And Merry Christmas from Scrapyard Chicks. Okay, I want to show you our technique for doing the accordion pull-out piece. It's going to be on the left page. So we don't have anything stuck down just yet. So I'm going to go ahead and move my right page off for just a minute. And we're going to focus on this left page that has this lift-up piece and this accordion pull-out. So what you want to do is you can go ahead and put your paper down, this 6x12 piece of tree paper, but we don't want to stick anything else down just now. And I'll show you the sticker thing in just a minute. So we're going to cut a 6x8 piece of that Merry Christmas paper, and it's 6 inches wide by 8 inches high, and just kind of lay that down right there. And then these pieces are both cut from our stripe. And I gave you cutting instructions there on on the last page of your handout. So this larger piece, the back side, it is 6 1/4 by 8 1/4 this way, and that's going to go down here. The other side is 5 3/4 by 7 3/4, and we're gonna center that on there. And we can actually go ahead and stick those 2 pieces together. Those are going to be kind of a background. You do want to go all the way around the perimeter of these pieces because we're going to be doing an accordion pull-out, and so it is going to take a little bit of a tug when it's in your book. So you can go ahead and stick those 2 pieces down. We don't want to stick this one down because we're going to hide a magnet behind there. The next piece we're going to do is this little booklet. And this piece is your green pattern, or you can use a piece of cardstock for this. And it is 6 1/2 by 10, and then we're just going to score it and fold it in the center mark, which would be 5 inches. And that's just going to create, it looks like a little card right there. And then we've got these pieces inside for our accordion fold. These are 6x12, and then I just went ahead with my score pal and I just scored them at 4 and at 8, and you're going to do that with both of those pieces so that you end up with 2 pieces that look like this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just form them into one long piece, and the way we do that is we just overlap 2 of those panels right on top of each other. So we'll just go ahead and do that right now. Put some adhesive on there so that you end up with one long accordion fold. And a layout like this is great when you're doing Christmas pictures because you do tend to have a lot of snapshots if you're like our family. And maybe a lot of the same thing. You don't want them all out sort of on the main part of your layout. So we have this long accordion piece. You can see my edges are a little bit off, so you can just take your scissors or your trimmer and just kind of trim those up if you need to. What this is going to do is it's just going to be solid photos. A 4x6 will fit right on there. You might need to trim just a little bit off, so there won't be any of that paper showing. So you could use almost any color cardstock. I would recommend picking something that's a lighter weight because otherwise it gets really bulky in there. So, so we've got our accordion pull-out piece that we're going to do. So what we're going to do with this is we want this to pull out. We're going to stick this down inside. We want this to pull out like this. And then you can also look at it this way. So we're going to go ahead and put adhesive all over that back, our last flap. Once again, you want to really go around that perimeter really well so that it will stick down inside that little card. We don't have the card stuck down yet. We're going to wait with that until we get our magnet on there. So you can just go ahead and center that. actually, you know what, I think you want it to go a little bit maybe more towards the top than the bottom, because we want the bottom to kind of seal it closed. So it's about 1/4 of an inch from the top, and there's actually a little bit more on the bottom sides. So that's just going to be sort of inside like that. And you can see how that's just going to pull out. Now, one of the great things about this particular collection is on these stickers, there's all these little stickers that say Christmas, wish list, Santa, reindeer, stockings, presents. So I could go through with those. Once I get my photos down, and I'm going to do a little sticker piece on each one of those little photos. So that's just kind of a nice little added bonus there. Okay, so what I've got now is I've got all these pieces cut. This one, the 6x8, isn't stuck down. I've got this bigger piece. I've got my booklet here. Now I need to do something so that it will stay down, because you can see it just kind of pops up like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little tab on here, and I'm going to put a magnet behind there. And then I'm also going to hide a magnet behind my pattern paper. So I'm going to use these Merry Christmas stickers like this. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. I'm going to use these Merry Christmas stickers from my sheet, and that's going to be my tab. Now what I'm going to do is I just want to kind of trial fit everything. And I'm going to do, I'm going to put these on the edge like this, and I'm going to show you a technique which we've used before to fill in the adhesive on the back. But I want to make sure I still have room for a 4x6 photo on here. So I use just kind of some little, you can use extra pictures or just sort of some little blank pieces of paper that are sized. So that way I can kind of space out my Merry and my Christmas on my green piece there. Now remember, these are still sticky on the back, so I'm going to go ahead and stick those down really well. Now they're still got a lot of adhesive on the back, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a technique that we've done before with baby powder and a brush. So you can see, so all you're going to do is you just take the baby powder and you just brush it onto the backs of those stickers, and that just kind of fills in the adhesive. So then we don't have to worry about things sticking to them. And the reason we're going to do that is we're going to put a magnet on there. And we don't want it just to stay stuck down to our layout. We want to be able to open it up. So just go ahead and brush that baby powder on there. It smells really good, besides doing a great little job. I just keep just a real cheap little paintbrush and some baby powder handy for this, this technique. Okay, so we've got that done. I'm just going to put that off to the side for now. You kind of wipe that off. So now what I've got is I've got my booklet, and I've got these tabs like this. So I can go ahead and stick my booklet down onto this bigger piece like this. But before we put this down, we want to trial fit this, because we're going to put a magnet behind there. So I'm just going to go ahead and put, whoa, slid right off my table. I'm going to go ahead and put my adhesive all over the back of my little pull-out booklet like that. I can go ahead and center that onto my mat. And then before I stick everything down, what I want to do is I just am going to kind of move this 6x8 piece around and move this piece around. And then I've got these little magnetic discs that are by Basic Gray, and you want to use a positive and a negative. And I'm just going to put one underneath my little flap, and then one underneath my pattern paper there. So you just peel off the backing of these. They're self-adhesive. So I'm just going to go ahead and position one back here. If you can't find these, you could use a piece of magnet strip. It would do the same work exactly. So then I'm just going to go ahead. I can stick that onto my backing piece. Oh. Oops. You know what? Here, I'm going to put some adhesive on the back of this first, just not all the way around, so I can kind of reach in there. So kind of put this down on your, I didn't put any adhesive on this on this bottom section, so kind of put that on like that. And I can kind of, don't put your adhesive on this piece yet. So I've got my magnet on there, and that way I can lift that up, see how it grabs right on there? And then I'll know right where I need to stick that down onto my background piece. And then I can just kind of lift this up and put my adhesive down. where I need it to go. Like so. Then I can go ahead and put adhesive on the back of this piece. Whoop. And I can kind of feel where that magnet is. It's actually going to kind of grab, so it makes it easy for me to find. And then I'm just going to go ahead and put this big matte piece down. And that way what happens is that, see how that seals it closed? It just makes it really handy for me to have this little accordion piece. Now, the last thing I'm going to show you is I've got these little stickers. I went ahead and glued and stuck these all together, and then I powdered the back of them, and I'm going to pop those up with some foam tape before I put the rest of my layout together. And then you'll just see it all when it is all done. Thanks!